Let's talk about the real secret to music success and how your favorite artist has been able to do it for so long. Now, this video was sponsored by Red Stick Wireless. Get unlimited talk, text, and cable alternative TV, all for one price, simply by going to the website, redstickwireless.com. Now, in a recent video, I've made a post in the community chats that I'm just now getting used to actually learning how to use. But I posted something in the community chat recently of an interview that was given by Tracy Morgan. And when I watched the interview, it was like all kind of bells went off in my head. It was so many truths within his statement. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with Tracy Morgan, or if you've just been on another planet, Tracy Morgan is one of the most top entertaining comedians in the world. He's known for being on Saturday Night Live and a variety of other shows. However, in the last couple of years, he had an incident that happened that was monumental. He lost a friend in this accident, actually. He also almost died himself, being in a coma. And what I think happened was a lot of truths and realities came for that. But his actual conversation with the Breakfast Club was so monumental that it honed in on my truth and the truth of everyone that I've ever met in the industry that have been successful. If you didn't watch it, here's a little snippet of it. Now, many people can take that interview many different ways. A lot of people can look at it in a way that he's being just still dismissive to other people's feelings and all of the different things. If you watch the entire video, I'll put the link in the description below. But what I got out of it was something that is so true. He talks about love. He talks about his job or his compassion for making people laugh. In the 30+ years that I've been in the music industry, I can truly and honestly say, even though there's been hard times and there's been a lot of ups and downs and a lot of triumphs and things that I consider it the balance of the universe. One of the things that hold true and no different than this YouTube video is, I love what I do. I love what I do. Outside of the money, outside of the fame, outside of the popularity, I love what I do. And that love that he identified and why he did it, not for himself, but because he brings value and he makes people laugh. And for whatever he do for those 30, 40, 50 minutes or an hour that he do or take people into another place, that brings him joy because he loved to make people laugh. And it brought so much to me. It reminded me so much of why we're in this, because oftentimes you can forget why you're in this. You can get so caught up in the money, and then once you get past the money, once you can achieve the money, guys, it's no longer about the money. It's honestly about the joy again, reliving and reloving the craft as itself. And that's the thing that I wanted to say to you guys. I think that was the most important thing that I could share with you guys, was the fact that I was reminded of everyone's truth. Everyone's truth. Every entertainer, every actor, everybody I've ever met at some point had a love for their craft. And the people who no longer continue to have that love, most of the times you see them bow out gracefully. Some of them bow out because they have no choice. Some of them go crazy, you know what I mean? Because the fame and celebrity status is just too much for them and it's not what they expected. But any of us or any of them who've stayed in their profession, who've made it, honestly, is because they have a love for this. Again, I keep telling you guys, like, the greatest experience ever was to be in the studio with some of the world's greatest entertainers in the world. To be in the studio and watch M work, to watch Dre work, to watch Snoop Dogg work, to watch these people work and put in work, and watch these producers that are legends come together with us and master a song or put work in like I've never seen before. It's one of the greatest feelings ever. But what I do know for a fact is if you don't have a love for what you're doing, when you sit behind that keyboard or you sit behind that laptop and you start making music, if it's all driven based on money, you won't succeed. I'll tell you why. You can succeed based on your greed and be lonely as all outdoors. You can be lonely, and you will be lonely in this industry. If you burn the bridges, if you no longer have that compassion and love that you set out to have, once the money starts rolling, and that's the easy part, guys. It really is. But if you don't have the love for what you're doing no more, if you forget why you're doing what you're doing, none of it will matter. And then what happens is the success goes, because the passion leaves. The thing that drives you to get up and work 2 and 3 days straight in a studio, sleep maybe 4 or 5 hours, it leaves. See, the passion that I have right now that keeps me going from all these appointments I have and all these schedule conflicts and things that I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to do for the people that I love the most, which is you guys. Even the people that I'm working with that are clients but friends, family, sisters, brothers that I call sisters and brothers. I have a love because I want to see them succeed as well. See, that's the difference. That's the thing that makes this unique. That's what drives success. The love for what you're doing. Not thinking about yourself, thinking about others. Because truly, you have to be a servant of others to really make it in the industry or anything that you want to do. This is applicable all the way around, guys, or applicable. I don't know if I said it right. But this is one of those heart-to-hearts that we really need to have, and we really need to understand that if you don't have the love for this craft, this thing we call the music industry, if you make it a financial driven based thing only, that's what you'll get. And eventually you'll burn out because you don't have the love for the craft. Now, I know this may sound crazy, and a lot of people are going to say something crazy. You're going to spam the, oh, money will make me motivated, and all these other crazy things I know you'll get. But it's so simplistic. It is, man, you know, I'm trying to get my brother, eventually I'm going to get my brother here to tell you, once you get the success and the money's there and what you want, and you can purchase and buy anything that you want when you want it, the skill set leaves. Everything leaves if you're not compassionate and still love what you're doing. The most successful people on this planet are people who love doing what they do. They love public speaking. They love being a help to somebody. And that's the truth about this whole thing. How can you be of service to somebody, even if your music makes someone happy? And you have to pinpoint that. What does my music do for others? What do I do for others when I sit down and I make a track? How am I helping others? How does this music inspire? How does this music lift? How does this music reflect an emotional, an emotion that someone is going through right now? Sorrow, sadness, grief. So you have to have a passion for that. You have to have an understanding for what you're doing, and you have to have a love for what you're doing. And you need to love what you're doing so that you can help other people. Yes, of course, you're going to help yourself. That's the nature of the business. You're helping yourself at the same time because you're making money. I know, again, you guys don't want to hear this shit. You don't want to hear it. But I have to be honest with you. In order to truly be successful, if you want to really be successful, you have to love making other people happy. You have to love knowing that your music is doing something for someone else. And you have to want to constantly learn how you can make people happy, which means bettering yourself in your craft, learning how to be better at what you do. Stop being complacent and comfortable with your skill set, because there's other people that are clamoring for the attention of the same people that you want to love your music. But I liken it to a situation where when you talk to somebody, you know they're sincere or not. See, there's many different people. A lot of people can talk fast. A lot of people are studious. They are people who are book savvy and book smart. They can read and they pick up on something like that, then they make it and go out there and they make it applicable. They apply it to their lives. But do they love what they do for you? Or do they love the attention? Do they love what, glamour and attention people being wanted by others do for you? What's your purpose behind helping people? What's your reasoning behind helping people? Were you abandoned? Were you neglected? Attention deprived? So you're doing it because you want the attention? Or are you sincerely trying to help people? And if you're sincerely trying to help people, the world is yours, because people don't mind giving you what they have if you give them a little bit of joy or a little bit of satisfaction, no matter what it is that they're trying to do or achieve, even for a brief moment. People don't mind helping you. All right? So with that said, guys, I normally would do producer of the week. I'm not going to do it on this particular video or producer of the day or artist of the day, because I want you guys to really sit back and think about, am I happy making other people happy? Am I happy with my career choice and my career being to satisfy people some way, fashion, or form, or emotion? Now, with that said, guys, I don't want to end it on that type of deep note. However, I will say that if you can understand where I'm coming from, and or you have more that you want to add to it, please leave it in the comment section below. Give me your opinion and tell me what you think about this whole love thing that Tracy Morgan was talking about. And if you can comprehend where I was going with this whole video, leave it in the comment section below. I will definitely read it, and I will appreciate your views on this, guys. As always, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and click the bell notification to be notified when we put out new videos. And again, I'm your man, SG1, from the Grammy Award winning team, The Peacemakers, saying to you guys always that I love you and music is life. We out.
I have been doing this before anyone else was even talking about teaching you guys the music business. I'm not saying that I was probably the first, but I do know that I've been doing this the longest out of all the channels. And I took a hiatus because as I was teaching you guys, my career was plateauing as well, working with such artists as Dr. Dre, Eminem, Snoop Dogg, and the rest. And as my brother and the team continues to work in the industry, we find it our duty to continue to teach you guys the music business.